Good afternoon, everyone. This is Shayla from the Federal Reserve. We're going to go ahead and get started. At this time, I do have Joshua Pitts on the chat feature with me. He's going to do his best to try and answer any questions that you guys may have while we're going through the presentation. Thank you all for joining our first chair call for the 2017 Money Smart Week campaign. Money Smart Week dates for this year will be April 22nd to the 29th. And for this first chair call, we're going to go through the So we're going to look at some of the 2016 results as well as the annual report. We're going to talk about our new rebrand and new website that will be launching soon. And then, per usual, for our first chair calls, we'll discuss the chair registration and materials as well as the partner orientation and materials. We're going to close out with discussing the strategic plan that we've been rolling out as well as what's to come, new developments, and lastly, staffing. Now here we have the 2016 Campaign Snapshot. We did have a national webinar that many of you were on. Here is, again, a snapshot of the events, partners, and participants. This year we did not have North and South Dakota, unfortunately, so we were down to 48, but we already have plans in place to have them join the campaign this year. We were up in terms of partners, but down a little bit in terms of participants for this year. But overall, we had solid results for the 2016 campaign. On our website, you can also find our annual report if you go to Money Smart Week Partners and then click on Reports. This year, we do have a PDF that you can navigate through to find versus the website feature that we had in previous years. On our partner website, you'll also find under instructional videos the 2016 national webinar. If you were not able to participate in that webinar, we do have it recorded here for you to find. Next up is our logo refresh. So with the launch of a new website, we decided it was an appropriate time to also change up our logo. So here we have this logo, which we've had for a number of years with Money Smart Week, which is a well-known brand, but in times we thought it was appropriate to kind of do rebranding. So here we have our new updated, fresh, clean, more modern logo. And here we still kept with kind of the Ben Franklin is still keeping that theme, but just made it more, I guess, hip and modern per se, with some fresh, clean colors. So this will be the logo, and you'll see soon the website that reflects this. Now this year, which was the same for last year, CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, has stepped up again and are willing to, again, provide 1 million pieces for us for Money Smart Week. So we will have 4 staple items from them, which is huge, and also free that they'll be shipping out to all partners. The first item that we will have for them is the Money Smart Week Flyer. So all the content is the same, but again, it just has the new look that we're going for, the rebranding with it. And then we also have this year, which we didn't have last year, is a postcard. So the idea behind this was that with the new website, we're looking, we really invested a lot of resources here. So the goal is to really direct consumers to the website and have not only the events there, but year-long resources that they can be directed to. So this piece is actually an evergreen piece where there's no Money Smart Week dates on it. So this is the front of the postcard, and then we also have the back of the postcard where it highlights the events that consumers are able to search for on our website. The third promo piece, which is a little bit different, would be our bookmark. So this year, since CFPB has stepped up in a big way in providing all these materials at no cost for partners, we have actually looked to make this more of a resource for consumers where there is now information from CFPB also on the bookmark. So while it has the dates for Money Smart Week and we want to really highlight that their events are going on, there's also direction for resources located on CFPB's website. And here they're highlighting resources that are more youth-focused. The last promo item that we're also doing are the inserts. So here again, we partnered with CFPB to have them put a link to their resources and kind of highlight that. So again, it's not just highlighting the events during Money Smart Week, but year-long resources that they can see. Now, these are the 4 staple items that we went with for this year. We decided to not go with the bigger posters simply because there wasn't a lot of demand for that last year. So we are still going to have these items available for download on our website. So if you feel a need that you want to download the posters and print them out yourself or print out additional pieces, you will have the capability of doing that. Now here you have what our new website will look like. We're very excited about this. Now this is something we've been talking about for a little bit, but as anything else, the website has definitely taken a little bit longer than what we expected. So we're really looking, although we wanted kind of a beginning of October launch date, we're hoping for more of a mid-October, but we have met with the developers and they are kind of on tune with the website. And at that time, we'll make sure that most of the parts of the website are up and functioning. The only thing that may not be working at that time would be creating an event, which we wouldn't need until a later date. But here you can see it's a website, so it's a new look. It's more modern as far as what you're seeing with traditional websites where we have kind of the big blocks and it's stackable and definitely mobile responsive versus, you know, how our website was prior to. Now here you have a screenshot of the website navigation. So it is going to be an all-in-one website with a separate portal for partners that will be passcode protected. But as far as what consumers will see, you'll see we have kind of the About Us where we have the history and the mission, and then where we'll also put our reports, like the annual report I just brought to your attention, and then kind of go into our partner list that is included in the annual report. And then we'll also have a newsroom tab, which is more geared towards the media, where we'll have examples of existing Money Smart Week press releases, and then you know, really a page for the media to go to. Also here you have a screenshot of the website map. So here is where consumers will be able to search for events near them, and also where partners will be able to start an event. We also have a Learn tab, which is kind of, we changed the name of that, where we'll have all of our resources stored. So here we'll have kind of the MyRA with the consumer-facing, the Federal Reserve Education, mymoney.gov, kind of more government-focused resources that we can direct consumers to. We're also going to have here featured our Money Minutes, which we started this previous campaign that we launched on Facebook to kind of highlight different partners, but also give informative information to consumers. And then lastly is going to be kind of the portal that we'll have for partners. So here you're going to find all the resources that you have right now on the partner website. Although as we move to kind of a new website, we have looked to condense the form and present it in a better way for all. So here you'll find our planning materials as well as kind of the outline of the national champions, and again kind of the chairperson portal where you'll be able to find your specific information as a chairperson. Now this year with the launch of our new website, we're also looking to move away from kind of the heavy PDFs, which you may actually be thankful for. So versus the 30-page partner kit and chair planning or chairperson kit that we have, we're looking to really condense this material and put it right up on the website so you're able to kind of navigate it through that way, and then also have the information quickly at your disposal. We're also going to have featured our turnkey programs. So these are programs that you've all participated in, such as, you know, the Geocache for College Cash, kind of the scavenger hunt, looking at the Money Smart Kid essay contest, really just kind of putting in like one-pagers for how you can really carry out these programs. So this will kind of be featured at this point, as well as our logo and promotional materials. Also, in terms of media, we're looking to, again, move away from the PDFs and have more of our information on our website. So here, we'll look at providing some tools for media and social media as we have in the past, as well as examples for PSAs and templates that you can kind of plug into. Lastly, so as far as the strategic plan, so as we've discussed in the previous year's campaign, this is looking at a 3 to 4 year rollout. So Money Smart Week has grown substantially, where we're now a national campaign, but the resources behind the campaign haven't changed. So as we introduced last year, we're going to continue with the two-tiered structure we have with the national champions. At this point, we're looking at bringing on new national champions and kind of building those relationships. And then as we discussed, we've done the reallocation away from print. Luckily, we've had CFPB come in a big way where they have offered to print our promotional pieces for free, so that really hasn't affected partners in the way that we thought it was. But as you've seen, we've built this new website, so the goal is to really drive consumers as well as partners to the website to really provide resources for them there. We're also looking to kind of enhance the online experience for you all. So we'll have monthly webinars as we get closer to campaign for consumers, and then we're also looking to really provide that same resource for partners where we'll have webinars for you all, and it'll be a great opportunity to learn from the Money Smart Week campaign, but also be featured yourself talking about your area of expertise for consumers. We're also looking to better leverage technology, so similar to how we did geocache or kind of the scavenger hunt, we're looking for more ways to offer programming in that manner, as well as webinars. And then we're also looking at, as far as a planning team incubator program. So this previous year, we had Charlotte who came on in an unofficial capacity. Detroit really took on kind of that mentor role kind of outside of the national campaign, and it worked really well where Charlotte had a phenomenal year as a first-year partner. So really looking at, we have some new planning teams coming on, such as Kansas City. We've had Pittsburgh express interest as well as Houston. So we're looking at to really, carry this further and make sure that they have a mentor in an official or unofficial capacity. And then we're also looking to move more towards national sponsors. So we're looking, for instance, for programs like the Money Smart Kid contest, if we can perhaps have a national sponsor so that it could be rolled out in that manner. And then if local plan teams wanted to also have their smaller Money Smart Kid contest, they could also do that. And then lastly, we're still looking at our role as a content provider. This year we're really moving towards having year-long resources on the website, but kind of like where is our niche with that. Lastly, so as far as still in development, we have a lot that's kind of in progress, and that's very much pending on the launch of our new website. So once our website is ready to go, that's when we're really going to focus on our partner orientation, as that's really contingent on the registration process and kind of navigating through the new website. So we will, once that is good to go, have trainings for all partners to be able to do that. And then we're also looking at setting up a schedule for the all-partner webinar series that I brought up before. We're looking at a date of January 2nd for the CFPB materials. They are sending us proofs this week, and then they're going to be sent to print very shortly. So as far as having that as a date for ordering, it looks very promising. We're also in the process of securing national consultants. So we're in the contract phase of bringing on national consultants who will really help with champion relations as well as the national programming and kind of sponsorship that I brought up before. So with the kind of strategic plan, we are moving away from the state chair model and more towards a national model as the campaign has grown. So that's something that's in the process still. We are also developing the 2017 Money Smart Kid question. So once that is finalized, we will release that all to you, and then you can, I'll end up sending out an email for a request to have our design team put together your flyer and application as in previous years. We'll also be setting up a consumer webinar series that will launch around January, where we may be reaching out to you to talk about your area of expertise. And then lastly, on the MoneySmart website, we're also looking at featuring a blog. And here we're looking to feature partners and their resources. So again, here you may have an email coming from myself to see if you being featured on that blog. And then lastly, our national kickoff has been scheduled for April 12th, so that will really gear things up for the national level. And then lastly, as most of you know, so our state chair model that we had in Illinois, Iowa, Michigan, we're moving away from that. In Indiana, we're moving away from that model and more towards the national champions, and they have done phenomenal work. So right now we're asking all of kind of the planning teams to really plug into these chair call updates, as we won't have that state level coordination, but asking all the chairs to kind of call in and get the updates that way that you can really roll it out on the local level. And lastly, as far as resources for media, that's something that we're going to talk about individually with each district that did receive funding and discuss what that looks like for this year. But we are looking at decreasing that and moving, again, putting the dollars towards the national level and the online presence. So that's something that we'll talk about offline for each individual district. And lastly, as far as staffing, so you may have heard from Tyler. He is our new Chicago semester intern and will be with us through through mid-December. I myself will be continuing in my role as the outreach representative. And lastly, I deliver the news that Alejo will be one of our exiting staff. MoneySmart Week has been his baby that he's been here almost for 12 years. But we're very excited for his new opportunity that he will be working with 7 Design and have Visa as his main client. So he'll still exist in the financial education space, and we'll still be able to work, all of us will have some kind of connection with him in that way. So you may come into contact with him. So if you do hear from him, send congrats, and we wish him best in his journey. His last day will be October 14th. And in the interim, I will be your person of contact. And then the department will look at filling his position. Lastly, we have our chair webinar dates. All these have been sent out, and they're also up on the website, but just so you know when we tune in again. And then lastly, I'll open the line for questions. I know Josh has been pretty active on the chat feature, but I'll open the lines and see if there's any questions that maybe Josh was not able to answer. Hopefully I can answer, or we can follow up at a later point. All right, I think to go ahead and unmute, press *6.
Hi, Shayla. This is Kathy Flier from University of Illinois. Can you hear me now?
I can, yes.
I had a question. I heard you kind of mention that about providing content on the website, and I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit about that. Are you looking for content? Is there a way that Cooperative Extension Nationwide can help out with that, or do you have a plan in place that you could share with us?
Sure. So as of right now, it's just the ones that we have featured as far as the Federal Reserve education, as far as mymoney.gov. So we're really looking for resources in that kind of area to kind of not be more, I'd say more nonprofit, more government entity. So it's something that we'll definitely have to kind of go through a screening process. But I mean, if you have content, that's something we can definitely talk offline about that. We do want to make the website more of a year-long resource for consumers again, with unbiased, unsolicited information that's kind of provided on there.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay, I'll send you an email. Maybe we can set up a time to talk. That'd be great.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions on the line? All right, at this time, I'll end the conference line, but if you want, we'll stay available in the chat feature on the webinar. Thank you all for participating, and we'll talk soon.